Oh, hello, folks. This is Jason Roggasch. Matt Drudge is in the Drudge Report. Matt Drudge is a fucking racist. I have never. You know what? I like the Drudge Report because I like to find out what the hardcore right wing is thinking and what people who desperately hate anything that isn't the free market and isn't, I mean, people that rail on about socialism and people that detest the working class and they don't like unions. And I love that about Drudge because he's so unabashedly, horrifyingly right wing that fuck it, you know, anything goes. And he just reinforced it for me again today. Of course, the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time, and frankly, maybe the greatest pugilist of all time, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, of course, died. You know, rip. I'll say one thing about Muhammad. I'll say many things. I'm a boxing fan. Muhammad Ali was, 235, 245 pounds. He had hand speed like a middleweight. Unbelievable. He could duck and dodge punches as well as any human being that's ever fought, and he could deliver knockout power punches. He beat some of the most intimidating, nasty motherfuckers in history. I mean, to beat George Foreman in his prime, George Foreman was a sinister cat, and George Foreman disabled people in the ring. And Muhammad Ali took that beating and was smart enough to beat George Foreman at his own game. George Foreman came in the ring to destroy Ali. He just wanted to take his fucking head off. And Ali knew that. And so what did Ali do? Rope-a-doped him and beat him. And he did what he did to Joe Frazier and what he did to Sonny Liston. Muhammad Ali cannot be overlooked as you can remove all of the wonderful things he did for civil rights and all the great things he did anti-war and all those great things and just look at him as a boxer. And the guy was unfucking believable. Just as size and speed combination that is so rare, it almost doesn't exist. And throw in his mind, throw in that brilliant mind. And one of the saddest things in the world was a guy like Ali who was so smart and so intellectual and had so much to say. And that ability being taken away from him with the pugilist syndrome that he suffered from and the remnants of being hit in the head too many times. It was incredibly fucking sad, and that was horrifying to me. But he is the greatest boxer of all time, and it's his combination of size and speed, and his ability to come back and outthink his opponents, and to really just, I mean, phenomenal fighter. And Matt Drudge, of course, doesn't mention any of those things. They just kind of mention he puts a throwaway Ali line about, you know, birds fly, you know, blah blah blah, waves crash on beaches, and I knock people out. It's just a job, which was the least articulate thing Ali ever said. I mean, he's got so many great quotes, but you use that one, of course, because Matt Drudge is a fucking racist, and the Drudge Report in general are racists. Period. I don't give a fuck. They are racist. It's disturbing. They give one side of the story always, and then, of course, they report all this stuff about tarnished legend. Okay, his legend is tarnished because of his sexual infidelities or his family issues. And basically, Ali was black. And you know those N-words and how they get around with their big black dicks. And how they fuck a lot. And you know what? Ali was a professional fucking athlete. Is it his fault that literally, and I'm not exaggerating, literally millions of women beautiful women, not fugly fatties at the fucking not the women I fuck, but no, like top like models, like beautiful fucking women threw themselves at him for 50 years, 40, whatever it was. It's his fucking fault that literally when he walked in the room, every single woman wanted to fuck him. That's his fault. So we name an athlete not named AC Green who has not had sex with, who doesn't dabble his pen in the ink of fucking fandom. I mean, Jesus Christ. That's one of the perks. That's one of the reasons you run all those miles and lift all those weights and take all that shit and take all that punishment so you can fuck hot ass. Okay? Let's just be honest. It's a real incentive, folks. I mean, if you're not a man, you maybe don't understand this, but if you're a man, every man right now is like, goddamn right. So anyway, every straight man anyway. So anyway, so of course that's what they made it about. They had to tarnish Ali, even the man is dead, and they had to take a shot at him about his sexual dalliances. It was petty. It's typical race baiting shit from that nerd Matt Drudge. Have you ever seen Matt Drudge and his fucking that hat that he fancies himself Walter fucking Winchell? I mean, the guy is a fucking goon, and he supports Alex Jones, of course, and Donald Trump and every ignorant fucking stupid shit, and has gone on this little war against Facebook now because, which I agree, I hate Facebook. I'm on it and I fucking hate it. But because they don't promote Drudge Report hard enough on Facebook, essentially. So, and Drudge has openly supported Trump. I mean, it's obvious that he supports Trump over Ted Cruz, which pissed off Glenn Beck. This whole right-wing incestual fuckfest, these morons fucking fighting each other. It's hilarious to watch. But Matt Drudge is a fucking racist. You should have just put the greatest of all time died. We lose a civil rights leader. We lost somebody who was anti-war, who was pro-good. Yeah, white America. There was a section of white America, a large portion, who hated that N-word. Who fucking hated him. He hated it. He talked too much shit. He was this. He was that. But in fact, if you look past all the bravado and all that nonsense, he was a man of principle. He could have gone to Vietnam. They would have never made him fight. He could have gone and done some dumb war, like Elvis Presley. He could have gone to war like that, or other famous boxers who have gone to war. They just go around and fight celebrity fights, and they don't ever see any battle. He could have done that shit, saved his career, but he took a stand, and that alone. And then the civil rights, and then he was a new kind of black man in America, and he made it okay for black men to say what the fuck they were thinking, and. Thank God for Ali. We all were lucky, even if you have to watch him in video, because I was born in 1976, so I didn't really get to see Ali in his prime fight. I had to watch video. But anybody that was lucky enough to even hear him speak before he lost his ability to speak, before he was suffered from the infliction that he was inflicted with, before all those things happened, the man was, I can only imagine what he would have been, the kind of statesman, and he was that anyway, worldwide. Everybody loves him. But if he could have spoken, he would have. It would have been an amazing thing to see. And it's just sad. That's the saddest part about his legacy to me. And to take a shot at him, one last shot at him over his sexual dalliances and his proclivities. The man was a world famous fucking athlete, and he was attractive, and he had a great physique, and women love power. That's 101. They're not groupies because they're pathetic. Have you ever seen some pro football groupies? Or they're models. They may be in it for cash or whatever, but they are the top line. And you're going to say no to that? Not if you're a straight man. Thank you. And rip the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Thank you for listening.